Hello everyone, and welcome back. I just moved the camper, dropped off my garbage, and now I'm heading up to the farmhouse. There's the camper sitting right over there. It was a busy week at work. Started out on Monday with finishing setting the trusses and getting all the plywood on this little porch addition that we put on a house. And then the rest of the week we were on a different one doing a full house window replacement. There was no rain this week. Highs were in the mid 80s. It was pretty nice. It's still hazy out though. That smoke from Canada, you can feel it on. A couple of days got humid and you can feel it in your lungs. And now this weekend here, they're talking about the first chance that we might get some significant rain. At least down here. I'm not sure about up at the farmhouse. We'll have to see what happens, but might finally get some rain. I've been uploading the tent video for the last 2 days at the campground, and it was up to 98%. So when I got in my truck, I turned on my mobile hotspot on my phone, and now it's finishing up. Well, we got a little over 3/4 of an inch of rain up here yesterday, and I thought I'd come out here and give it a few minutes pulling some of this grass out of here, because now you can get some of it out by the roots, where if it's dry you can't. Well, I gave it about an hour and 15 minutes, and that's about all I can hack right now. Just trying to give it a chance. This is the one that the raspberry patch that I mowed down this spring to nothing. Planted some from the other house in here, and now I'm just trying to get some of this weeds. I'll give them a chance, because nothing will produce this year, but next year it's kind of the experiment to see how these do. If they do good, it might be worth it to mow down the other patches and try to do the same thing. The potatoes are starting to get that sickly, light green, yellowish look on some of them. Some of the leaves are drying up on the edges. Won't be long now. It'll be time to dig up potatoes. This straw bale garden is doing absolutely awesome. I mean, it's grown a lot just from last week. I mean, look at the cucumber plants right there and those bean plants. And her tomatoes, that's healthy looking. Maybe we'll come out and take a better look sometime this weekend, but these zucchini plants, I mean, look at the size of them. Oh my gosh, they're huge. We've got to get those picked so it can grow some little ones. Wow. Her work is so busy right now, there just has been no time. It's got her running ragged. But I mean, this is poor soil that these are planted in right here. I mean, it used to be, I think, kind of like part of a turnaround in the driveway, so it's gravelly and just horrid. But then this year we put a bunch of her rabbit manure on here, and these are just, I mean, they're almost, some of these are almost chest tall on me. Like that far leaf right there. Really doing good. Well, I went inside and had lunch, and now I might run out and see if I can clear some of that trail. This thing was almost full of gas, but almost completely empty on bar oil. have a feeling that eventually I'm going to go down and cut this tree right here down. I mean, there's enough room to get around it, but for some reason it feels like it's sticking into the trail even though I have the trail going around. So I'll just see how easy it is as we drive around it a few times and decide later. Well, I got it cleared as far as I have cut going this way. I actually threw the blade on the chainsaw, so I have to go back and put that back on. Still riding right on that fence line pretty much. And I'm going to go straight in through here. Back a little ways I did cut a side one going off that'll go towards the other trail. It's weird, you can cut these little trails and it's just like a whole nother woods, even though the other trail is not that far over. But it just gives you a whole different view. I cut a side one right through here because I've got some decent maples in here. And actually I was cutting right here and it threw the blade up here. And the other trail is right there. So I'm going to make the trail so it goes through this way, or you can curve to the right and go that way. Just right in this area right here, there's 5 or 6, maybe even 7 different trees that I can tap. And right now I have absolutely no want to do any collecting sap, making maple syrup, but a month and a half ago I had no want to make a trail going through the woods. It's like different seasons, get different things going on that you want to do. Well, Melissa, she's on her ride home from work, so I'm going to call her back and talk to her, and then I'll come back out and put the blade back on the chainsaw. Maybe we'll run back out there. Well, Melissa got home, so I talked to her for a while. She stopped off at the store and bought some chicken and a couple of ribeye steaks, and I think I'm just going to barbecue those steaks tonight. So I might not make it back out on that trail. I'm just going to finish up right here. It's going to take me maybe 3 or 4 minutes, just so that this first loop part is done in case we want to come out here and give the new trail a ride. There's a way to get out of here. I have 2 ribeyes cooking on charcoal, and Melissa has the chicken cooking on gas. Stuffed mushrooms. We're obviously not just cooking for tonight. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we want to get most of our cooking done today so we can still eat good no matter what.
Do you have any of those grapes?
I did. Well, I had maybe 20 of them.
How many?
I don't know, maybe 20 grapes. They're pretty good. I mean, we had those before.
Oh, I didn't know.
The long ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had those before.
I looked them up, and because I couldn't find the name of them, and they're called moon grapes, but I found them online. $50 for 3 pounds.
$50 for 3 pounds? How much did you pay for them?
Not that much.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
For that much money, we wouldn't eat them.
No.
Some what?
Brussels sprouts, not on the grill, but on the Blackstone.
Oh yeah. I wonder how that'll be. Because that would be frying the outside of it, kinda. I wonder how they would be on the
I
grill.
was seeing people doing them on the grill. That's why I got them.
Oh, that might be
Cut them
pretty
in
good.
half.
It's gonna be some good chicken tomorrow. What are you doing, Joni? Well, Melissa's out doing her rabbits, and I've been wanting to just come up and check everything on the fifth wheel roof here, and just touch up anywhere that's been sealed before. This is just a self-leveling lap sealant just for this kind of stuff. And I noticed in on that, which is the vent is over the master bed in there, I could see a little bit of daylight through the corner of the plastic top. I should get new ones, but it's hard to match this to the bottom part without replacing the whole entire thing. So, and like here, it's got a little hole here, and that doesn't go inside really, but I mean, if it blew, it could get in there. So I just want to make sure that I get it sealed up, and it should be good for a while. This one here, I put the whole unit in myself. This is one of those super fans. So this is pretty new. So I just like to check the edges, make sure there's no cracks or anything. And water is your biggest enemy on any type of a travel trailer. I have to get a new vent for right here. Melissa came out and was talking to me, and I was talking to her, and I backed up, and my edge of my foot just hit against here, and it cracked this all along the side. So these are getting really brittle. So I'm gonna have to, this year or early next year, replace them. And it's so hard to find, at least for me, to find the correct top that fits on the vent. For me, it's easier to spend the extra money and get a whole new vent system, the whole new screen and everything, and then just peel this one out, put the new one in, and be done with it. When I do it, I might just spend the money and get some of these super fans. Well, at least one of them. They're expensive, but they really suck the air out. I mean, you can just feel it. So I might do that. This will be the bathroom one, and that one there is in the master bedroom. So I don't know, but I'll have to do that eventually here. Good morning, everybody. It's actually about 10:30 right now. I made the tent video public last night, so this morning I've been in there talking with Melissa and just going through all the comments. And I think I might, there still looks like there's rain coming. I think I might want to mow the front yard. But right now, I think since fall is getting closer, it's time to get the trail cameras going again. I'm going to put a camera on the new trail, and then I need to switch the batteries and put an SD card on the one that is set up on the original trail back there. So I think I'm going to get that done right away here, and then decide if I want to mow. I just got done putting new batteries in this camera, formatted the SD card, so this one is ready to get tied to a tree and turned on. I think I'm going to set it up in this area because right there is where the other one goes to the side. So you think the deer who like to use the path of least resistance might be using that, so maybe I'll put it up on that tree right there. I wonder what kind of bird that was. That's a lot of white feathers. Melissa and I just looked up the weather, and there's still that chance of rain today, but for the next 10 days, except for today, there is no chance of rain. So probably just going to leave that front yard because the grass will just get burned out anyway. It's not that long right now. It just looks much better when it's all mowed and there's nice straight lines. I'm just running up. I want to fill up with diesel, and I need to go to the liquor store. I thought I would get it all done right now so I don't have to do all this on my way down to the camper tomorrow. This is Melissa's laptop, and we've been in there forever. It did an update, and then it's been giving her trouble for quite a while. This thing's like 3 years old, and now it won't get past the fails to find the media or whatever page. And you can't do any F2 or F1 to get to like the BIOS page. So I'm just going to see if I can get this. This course isn't an easy one where you can get to the hard drive, but I just want to take it apart just to make sure that the connection, like did it get, fall on the floor or something, and the connection between the hard drive and the computer itself is loose or something. It's time for her to get a new one is what it is, but so I really can't screw much up here. I wish it had just the panel that you can, 4 or 5 screws and pull off. Well, that's the first time that this screen has come up in a couple of days for her, so it would not go to there. It would go, it's just like something missing media or something. And then we F1'd and tried to get into the BIOS, but then up and down, plus and minus, whatever, the keys wouldn't work to move around on it, so maybe something got jarred in there, and or maybe it did have some dust. I don't know. There we go. Wow, I can fix anything. I have no frickin' clue how I did that, but next time I do a video on it, I'm going to be a professional and say I know exactly how I did it. I'm just walking back in here, trying to see. This is on the other side of the property, and right now we're like in the middle, but I want to run a trail down this way because remember I tapped a tree back in here and there was some maples back there. The thing is, this is so thick, it's like, where do you run the trail? So I'm just out here kind of exploring a little bit and seeing if I can come up with any ideas. That big old popple tree right there, she's about dead. Just a little bit of green on it. Everything back here is just so thick. There's no real easy route to take. It's like it's just going to be a lot of work. I think I'm going to concentrate on that trail that I was doing over there first, because over on this side over here where I was just at, really no maple trees that I see back there. Still want a trail going through there, but not today. It's going to be a lot of work. It has just been this gloomy, rotten day all day. And there's just been a couple of little mists of rain. We never really did get any rain. But I think I'm going to take a quick look here at the garden. I see that these must be a muskmelon or a honeydew. We've got some of them that are coming along. These here are all eggplant. And I see that we have some flowering going on. It looks to me though like something's been eating some of these leaves. I'm going to take a look at that tomorrow. I might have to put some 7 on that to get rid of whatever it is. Oh, there's a nice size one there. Whatever plants these are, they're like a miniature tomato, and they're getting a lot of tomatoes on them. I'm sure they're just cherry tomatoes, but the plants stay real compact. We've never grown those before. She has some green peppers started. Some flowers there. This is a plant that we bought just kind of as an experiment. Throw it in the bales and see what happens. It's a gourd. They were really pretty gourds. Oh yeah, there's one right there. I wonder if you can dry those out and they'll shake. I know that's what used to happen when we were kids. Oh, there's a big one right there too. We've got to get out here and pick these yellow zucchini, maybe tomorrow. Melissa doesn't feel good at all today. She's stuffy nose and watery eyes and just feels like crap, so we didn't make it out here to pick all these today. We've got these to do, several of these. We've got all the green zucchini to pick. I'm guessing this looks like a watermelon plant.
Yes, it is. I don't know if we have any watermelons yet, though. Oh, yeah. There's one started for sure. Oh, there's another one over there.
These here are, I don't know, I can't remember what they're called, but they get the little tomatoes inside of a little pod. Remember we had them last year and there was hundreds of them. And there's like 3 plants and they were just seeded from last year. So we never weeded this area, just let them grow, and we're getting some. I liked them. They're pretty tasty. They're kind of sweet. They're different. I would think by next weekend it's probably going to be almost time to can beans. I mean, there's one there. I saw some that were even bigger, but there's a lot of small ones right now that are growing. Yeah, you can see all of them started in there. These are all cucumbers. There's one right there. This is the kind that Melissa likes, the kind that she buys in the store. There's another one. There's a bunch down in there. Look at them all. These are the kind that are, we don't like those as much, but they're still good. There's more over here. There's one. There's 2 more. There's a little one down there. Tomatoes started all over the place. I didn't even look at the cherry ones over there, but a lot of flowers and a lot of tomatoes started. That's one thing with these tomatoes though. Well, it's the beginning of August, so we're doing good, but when you get into September, we start getting some frosts and you end up losing a lot of tomatoes if they're not ready. Late cabbage right here. Early cabbage. These here are cauliflower. Oh yeah, there's one that's getting ahead on it. Broccoli. They're all started. Down here, this one here is almost ready to pick. This plant here is supposedly a purple broccoli, but it sure doesn't look like any broccoli plant I've seen. And there's nothing started on this one yet. I guess I'm not sure if these are cherry tomatoes or not. The plants are huge. Lots of flowers, but they really aren't. I can't tell if they're going to get that cluster that gets like the Sweet 100s. I guess we'll probably know next week. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's one. I'm sure that those are cherries. These are all the regular dark zucchini. There is a lot of them. And some of these are so huge, but she has a recipe, like she makes those zucchini boats, and then she wanted it for Christmas or whatever, and I got it for her. It's a thing that you peel it and run it along there and it makes like a zucchini noodle. And the big ones work good for that. Well, that's kind of an overview or an update on the straw bale garden. Even though not everything is in straw, everything is doing good. I would have liked to have gotten out there and did some more on that 4-wheeler trail, but last week at work it was a rough week. It was a very physical week, and then getting up here yesterday and then immediately going into doing the trail. There was a few other things I wanted to do today that I did get done that were inside, and it was like I better just take it easy for a day because tomorrow I go back down to the camper and it starts all over again. What do you think, Ronnie? You want sunny weather instead?
Wait, never mind. I'll just go to the door. Well...
Okay, everyone. It's 10:49, and we are going to bed. Good morning, everybody. Another blah, yucky morning, real foggy. There was water dripping off the tin roof by the back door, but the rain gauge doesn't say any amount, it still says 0. So this is just moisture in the air from the fog. I'm just running up to the store this morning, and because I want to have spare ribs for lunch. I don't know why, but I want to throw them on the grill, and we don't have any that are thawed out. I also need to get lunch meat and bread and stuff for my work week. All right, shopping is done. I'm going to dig up one potato plant, see how they're doing in there. I want to get some new potatoes for lunch today if we have any down there. So I usually hate to do this because I like to plant all my plants, and then at the end of the season, then I get a total count of how many potatoes. But I want to see how they're doing down there. Looks like they're doing really good. It looks like it's going to be a good year for potatoes. I was a little bit worried because it's been so hot and dry. And potatoes are a cool weather plant, but they seem to be doing just fine. Well, that's a lot of food to cook, but last week when I got down to the camper, Monday night, then after work I went to the store and I just bought pre-made chicken and ate that all week. So we still have some of the chicken that Melissa made. I think one of these rib racks here, they were on sale, so I bought 2 of them. I'll cook and we'll just freeze it. And then I got lamb steaks, leg lamb steaks or something. And then Melissa always likes barbecue sauce on her ribs, so I got one of these, just a different brand name we haven't tried. Try that. So lots of food. We won't have to cook the whole entire week. These ribs, since they're already pre-cooked, I'm just going to heat up on the gas grill. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I don't think this week at work is going to be quite as hectic as it was last week, but it all starts again tomorrow. I will see you guys on the next video.